With 4 straight NCAA regional appearances, the USC Upstate softball program has become the gold standard in the ASUN Conference, and it's time to take a look ahead at the 2017 campaign. And Coach, it really is a matter of reloading these days, and high expectations are a real challenge for your team. How does this team appear to be handling a preseason ranking of top in the conference again and all the success you've had over the years?
Well, day by day we practice hard. We don't really try to concentrate too much on rankings. We know that we got to play all the games, we got to play hard, and being able to accept the fact that we're #1 preseason ranked is going to mean everybody else is going to play a whole lot tougher, a lot stronger against us. So that means we just have to practice harder. It actually helps us if you take it in a positive way of, you know, everybody's coming to get us. We got to get everything ready to go and really go at this thing hard. And I think they're going to be great at it.
Is there a possibility the season could end somewhere besides Alabama this year?
Well, I'd just like to get to the conference championship and have a shot at that. If it works out in our favor, then, you know, the chances of us going to the same state 5 years in a row, hopefully we won't have to, but if we do, then so be it. I mean, you know, once again, we play our game. We don't worry about what's on the other side. It would be a refreshing experience to go to another state.
If you're in the dance, you're in the dance. That's what it comes down
Correct.
to. Let's talk about the pieces you have in place to try and get back there. You return just about everybody. Third base is really the only spot you've had to kind of find an answer going into the year.
Well, yeah, we had 5 people in the fall at third base, and we've narrowed it down to 2, and we definitely have one that's going to give it a go to start with, and she's doing phenomenal. Kayla Hussey's doing great. Blakely Birch is right there close by as a freshman as well. Blakely's able to play so many other positions, so we have a real good backup player in her as well. But Kayla Hussey is doing tremendous at third, and I think she's going to definitely fill the void defensively that we were missing there.
Obeer and Case were the headliners from a position player standpoint. Talk about their leadership for your team.
Well, Mo, we call her Mo, Megan, she made 2 errors all year basically, and that's hard to do playing every game. So defensive-wise, she's what we're all about. We're all about defense. If I only have to score 2 runs to win, then I got a greater chance if I have to score 8. And her and Brittany Case are great defensive players. And Brittany caught on fire in the conference, hit .343, and, you know, clutch hits at the right time. I mean, I know she had one at Oregon State, had one in Florida Gulf Coast as well. So it's a big plus to have them on the team, and I'm excited to get started.
Coach, your entire pitching staff back in the circle for another year. You feel like you have a more consistent Lexi Schubert to work off of, and McKinnon is receiving all kind of honors heading into the season.
Yeah, I got a good 1-2 punch. You know, I don't think either one of them got preseason pitcher of the year, and that was a very, very good thing because it really motivates some people, and they are extremely good. I mean, Holly carried us when Lexi was having physical problems last year, and now that she's back, I've never seen a better Lexi Schubert than I've seen right now. Way better than her first 2 years.
Give us a couple of names of some of the newcomers that you have, some of the faces. The great thing about your team, for all the experience you have returning, this is still a very young team. Who do you see emerging here in 2017?
Well, obviously Kaylee Hussey at third base. Also, Erin Hill is a freshman from Tennessee that will probably be our third pitcher, and throws a game totally different than the other 2. So we have a refreshing change if we need one. I think she's going to be able to log quite a bit of innings for us. Blakely Birch, athlete that can play in the infield and the outfield. She's hitting the ball real well. I think we now officially have depth at catcher with Abby Millette being our starter. We now have a very good catcher behind her in Logan Hill. So, you know, we're not one injury away from anymore. I mean, last year we really were. I mean, there was a lot of areas if somebody got hurt, we had nobody to fill that. And those kids, you know, are stepping in and they're doing a real good job.
So a tremendous amount of depth, another valuable piece of your team. The schedule, again, a very lofty schedule that's going to help you with RPI. You get out of the gate, obviously the opener, a doubleheader here against Gardner-Webb, but right after that you go into some previous tournament teams you'll play right away.
Yeah, James Madison was a super regional team. Missouri was a super regional team. We play them at Charleston the first weekend at Charleston Southern. So that's real good for us. I want to play those people. You know, to get to the regionals and have as much of those games under your belt is really going to help our team. So we don't want to back off. We want to play those games. I was real fortunate to be able to get in that tournament, and you know, I'm looking forward to play them as well as South Carolina, as well as North Carolina, North Carolina State. You know, we play some teams that's going to challenge us a little bit this year, and we're looking forward to it.
The Gamecocks and Tar Heels both will be played on the road by this Upstate team, and NC State actually comes here for a doubleheader across the course of the season. So your schedule's very nice. We talk about the pieces you have in place, but this program as a whole, really in a developing situation. You can look just over our shoulders and see a brand new board. That's among the many things that have continued to push this program forward in the offseason.
Yeah, without no progress, you can't have change. You've got to do something to change. You got to do something to get to where you need to be, and we want to keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. And ways that we do that will be our facility sometime, you know. And when we've done as much as we can on the field, we look outside the field. What's some things that we can do? We knew that a scoreboard of that magnitude would really be able to help us as far as fans wanting to come out, as far as our advertisements, as far as sponsors of people, you know, becoming a part of what we're doing. It's a great thing, and you know, with ESPN3 being run a lot more times this year, it's going to be a big plus for our program.
Tremendous amount of excitement around this program, and you'll be able to keep up with it all through the broadcast. It's all about championships when it comes right down to it. You have several hanging out there on the wall. If one more is going to be secured in the ASUN this year, which teams do you really have to focus on? What do you think the challenges are? I guess the better way to ask that is, Coach, how does the conference break down in your view?
Well, Florida Gulf Coast won the regular season, so I would just have to say, based on them bringing their pitcher back and they have most of their kids back, that would probably be our biggest obstacle based on that. You know, I think Kennesaw will get a little bit better. Lipscomb's always fighters. You know, I think Stetson's going to be much improved, as well as Jacksonville and North Florida. So, you know, with all of that being said, we want to play each game like they're the best team. And that's what I want to try to get into them. I mean, we don't give scouting reports of all the things they do wrong. We give scouting reports of all the things they do right. We want to scare you into a better game and not make you relax saying, oh, we should be able to beat somebody. So we look at everybody as being somebody that can beat us. But if I would stack up, I would just say, you know, Gulf Coast, Stetson, and Kennesaw will probably be, you know, some of the ones that we have to really go hard at.
When opponents come to Spartanburg, they know they're going to see solid defense from your team. That's been the case over the last several years. This team in particular hits the ball very well. They can leave the yard, as well as a lot of speed on this team to steal bases. What else about your team would you share with folks who maybe haven't seen you before?
Well, we're doing a great job of executing signs. Last year we did a very bad job of that. I was not able to run a system like I wanted to because of the personnel growing, believing in our program, trusting our program. Whereas this year I'm able to run a lot more signs, put a lot more things into play, and get them playing at a lot higher level than they were last year. They were basically catch, run, throw, field, and hit. But now we got the mental side of the game in it, and I think that's the biggest improvement that I think we have made this year.
The softball team is a year older, so more experienced, but very much with a high ceiling that has not been reached. We wish you all the best this season, Coach. What would you say to the fans who are getting ready to come out and watch your team for the first time this year?
Well, if you want to see some good softball, you want to see some people that really are passionate about what they're doing and trying to make themselves better each day. This is a good environment to come to. Added our scoreboard and everything that goes on out here. You know, it's an awesome place to come watch a softball game.
For over 2 decades, Chris Hawkins has been developing this program, which will enter 2017 as the defending champions and the favorite in the ASUN. You can keep up with all the action at upstatespartans.com.